Good afternoon, gentlemen. I'm Ollie Pearce. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm here today with my good friend and a fellow date coach and practitioner. It's the legend, James Tusk.
Nice to be here, Ollie.
Cool. So today, right, I mean, you've probably seen me on James's channel a few times. I've been waiting to get the big man in on mine for a while. Today, we are going to do a Tinder photo shoot for James, basically. So James is a date coach himself. He travels all over the world throwing marvelous events and boot camps for date coaching clients. Be sure to check out his YouTube channel. We'll flip it up now, ding, and it's also in the description box. So basically, we're going to shoot the big man. James is super handsome, as you can see, but I don't think his pictures he's got now do him any justice. I've said that to him before. So I've been trying to get him for a while to come do a shoot with me, go off out there into the big, wild, bad world, use my pictures on Tinder and just see the results he gets. Right, so we're going to style a few looks, we're going to go to locations, we're going to shoot James, and then he's going to use it basically, and we're going to give you some feedback. All right, so with no further delay, let's get cracking with look one. All right, guys, so we're back. James is fully changed. We have our first outfit. This one we're going to call the Kensington Entrepreneur. All right, so for those of you who aren't in the UK, Kensington is a very posh, high-end, affluent area full of well-to-do men with a lot of money and good style. So why I'm calling the outfits and the different locations and scenes different city names like the Kensington Entrepreneur is that's the essence of what we're trying to do here. What makes online photo shoots work, or even Instagram profiles, you know, and on a Tinder shoot is just a smaller version of an Instagram. You want to round up your lifestyle, your value, your fashion sense. We're instantly in one location. So the styling has to be very on point. It's got to be very current and it's got to say the right things. You then match that to a nice location, and we're going to go and shoot in Kensington with some nice tall white pillar buildings and then this nice royal blue and green outfit to make it pop off and make James look like a very well-to-do, entrepreneurial, but also creative, because he has to be creative when he looks this good, when his styling is so good. That kind of man in this high-end location, and thus we have the Kensington Entrepreneur. I think that name gives a roundup of the whole essence and vibe of what we're going for. And remember what I said just then, all these looks are so important because what women go for is different to men. As men, we go for direct, overt sexuality. If she's pretty, she's got, you know, a good body, I'm going to approach her, I'm going to go for her. That's totally not the case with guys. You can be the best looking guy in the room, right? If you dress badly, you don't have the right social connotations, the right clothes. Clothes make the man. If you don't have all those signifiers, that woman is totally going to disregard you as someone lower value than her and not in her sort of her range, even if you are really good looking. So how can you make sure you show value? Purely through your styling and locations, right? So let's go through the first look anyway. We've got this really nice roll neck, royal blue. It's very well fitted. We could do the look like this, but we're also going to put a jacket on top. We come down a little bit. We've got these super fitted, James has got a great physique, these super fitted cropped trousers in green and royal blue again, and then this kind of off, what is it, maroon brogue loafer. And then finally, let's give James the jacket. We're going to put this on top. And the green again sets off the trousers and blue. And there we have it. That is the Kensington Entrepreneur. And yeah, the styling looks wicked. I mean, he will get love from this. You wear this on Daygame, you wear this on dates, crazy. And that's the same we want to get, the same effects we want to get in the photos. That people look at this and they're like, wow, this is a high-end, hot, entrepreneurial London type who knows how to dress. That's what's sexy. Right, so how do you feel in that, James?
It's great. Yeah, it's a good look.
Cool. All right, let's get a little picture of that then and we're on to the next one. All right, gentlemen, so we're back again. We've got look number 2 on the big man.
This one?
This one is the Miami lunch date. All right, so this is the Miami lunch date, yeah? So I had other ideas, maybe something like Out of the Blue or Miami Blues, but the girl definitely ain't gonna have the blues when she sees James turn up in this, so it has to be Miami lunch date. So why have I said that, right? Again, the setting for this one, we're going to get the sky in the background, and we're in England where the weather is always shit. even though it's midsummer. So I'm probably going to Photoshop in some lovely blue sky and some clouds, because I'm taking James to a location where I'm going to get a really cool backdrop, and it's even going to have a palm tree in it. Yes, a palm tree in the dirty streets of West London. We're going to find one. All right, so it's going to look like he's in Miami on a lunch date. All right, because this is kind of lunch datey clothes, really. It's a very fashionable look that we've got on, and we're going to go through it now. So first things first, let's go straight for the jewellery. We've got this little tiny chain. This is a 20-inch chain. James is quite big. It might come down a little bit further on other guys, but this is this kind of length, high up, kind of choker length. This is 20-inch chain with a small circular medallion on. It can either be coloured or silver. We've got the coloured one on this time, as it goes nicely with the shirt. So that's meant to be sticking out there. That's the perfect jewellery for a guy to be wearing at the moment. And then we've got this muscle fit shirt. So why this is such a good date look is James gets to show off the guns, but still be really smart, casual, and look really fashiony. He looks like an absolute monster in this shirt. So it's a muscle fit shirt. Turn sideways a minute, James. Show him this. Look at the size of his arms. You can tell it's perfect size on him because it doesn't, and again to the front, it doesn't pull on the buttons here. If it gets too tight, it'll start to do that. It's actually perfect. Showing off the physique beautifully. And this light sky blue, as I said, is going to look perfect with the cloudy sky, which we're going to shoot with this one. It's going to look totally like it wasn't in the UK, basically. So we work really hard for these locations to match the styling with the colours and to make it look really sort of awesome and not mundane and boring. You know, the last thing that a woman wants to see is pictures of her own city which are really boring. If you're going to take stuff in your own place, make sure the locations are good and doesn't remind her of her mundane life, trekking to work and dating unglamorous low-value men, basically. So then we're going to come down a little bit. We've even got a Louis Vuitton belt on. I mean, if you can't afford a Louis Vuitton belt, cool, you don't need that, but we happen to have one, so why not? It's going to make him look even more high-end. And again, that actually goes with the symbolism of a Rolex. So say he was going on a lunch date, these two elements, that's what you want to do to show money and high end, right? Small things like Rolexes, Louis Vuitton belts, not big ostentatious branding. That's how men who truly know style know how to show they have a high, financial power, high spending income. So then we've got these really fitted checkered trousers. You can see me and James, look at my leg here, are actually wearing more or less the same trousers. These are cropped ankle trousers or whatever, chinos, but mainly cropped ankle trousers they're called. And this is a very fashionable look. I'm wearing it with a t-shirt and accessories. James is wearing it with the shirt, obviously. I'm wearing a Nike Air Force One, and he's got an Adidas version of the Air Force One, just completely plain old school sneakers with no socks on, and then the cropped ankle of the trouser. So this look is totally in all over the States, in America, all over Europe. It's big in France, Italy, Germany, everywhere. So this is one of the biggest looks for this summer. It was huge last summer as well, and it will be all year as well. Remember, men's summer fashion looks are exactly the same as the winter ones, just like slightly darker colours, and all the summer ones work in the winter as well. So we'll come up one more time. James has also got this little bangle on here, which is nice as well, if we even see it. But all of these elements would be great if he was going on a date, so why not show you some really cool and current looks as well. So that is number 2, the Miami lunch date. All right, number 3 coming. All right, gents, so here we are back with look number 3, and this one is called the I look this good to go to Starbucks. So again, we're trying to get a bit of an essence of what we're trying to do here, right? So yes, we are going to take James somewhere for a coffee, and there's going to be a kind of polished, candid shot, let's say, so he might be looking off a little bit. No one's going to think that he's not aware he's being shot, but we're going to get the vibe of him being really real, looking off, having a coffee. The whole essence is going to be that this is how good he looks just to go and get a Starbucks, just to go and chill out and have a coffee. So that's another thing we really need to make clear, is that this is what he looks like all the time. He goes for a coffee, he looks this good. He goes for a walk in the park, he looks this good. All of the scenarios are locations where people who watch the pictures can be like, okay, this really reflects his real life. One of the keys when you get a photo shoot done for online dating is not to go for something obvious and cheesy, like, really garishly professional, intense photography, blurred backgrounds, because then it's like, okay, I invested all this money into a professional shoot, I still look shit and my styling is still bad. The images we're trying to obtain look like they're James on his day-to-day life, and this is how cool he looks when he goes to get coffee. And thus, this is the I look this good to go to Starbucks look number 3. All right, so let's go through it. Start from the top. We've got the jewelry on again, just peeping out, the 20-inch jewelry with the coin. We've got this beautiful blazer on top, summer blazer, light beige with this light blue stripe. The light blue stripe is going to go with the jeans, which we'll come on to in a minute. And the white fitted t-shirt just makes it much more casual than if we'd worn a shirt. So it's a smart casual look. Here we have a piece of toilet tissue, right? Of toilet roll. It doesn't matter. No one's going to know. It could be a real silk pocket square. So they've literally just put a bit of tissue paper in there. And then we come right down. Blue skinny jeans. Just nice and simple. And finally, a really nice suede beige boot by All Saints. And that sets off the jacket colours nicely. And it's just a really easy, simple look. And as I said, we're going to go and shoot this in a cafe, and it's going to look really cool and very effortless, and that James always looks this good on a day-to-day basis. And yes, of course, those beige boots go extremely well with the beige blazer to set the whole look off, and just the whole overall vibe is just a very well-dressed man on a day-to-day basis. It's smart casual, it's cool, it's easy, and thus we're going to go to a cafe and do an activity which represents all those things in a normal day-to-day lifestyle. All right, that was look number 3. All right, gents, so here we have look number 4, right? And this time it's a much simpler look, right? So we're going to call this the morning after. All right, basically the whole vibe of this look is going to be in the confines of my own house. We're going to have James at our back door holding a mug, looking like he might be, maybe he's just got up, he's just put his t-shirt on. Thus the styling is all a bit more low-key. It's a nice kind of American old style t-shirt in a faded colour. We've chosen this colour on purpose as it goes with his tattoos, and just looks kind of low-key but showing off that. He's huge, so why we're going for the morning after is we don't want too many clothes on. We want to show a physique shot. James is really big. We're not going to do a top off look. He needs to cut a little bit more for that one. So the key to James's physique is his size. Right, so we're going to do a really cool look, emphasising the tats, his huge arms, huge chest with this fitted t-shirt, holding a mug, looking very natural and normal, like he's in his house, like it's the morning after a hot date with some lucky girl. All right, so the low-key fitted t-shirt, the 2 chains this time, we put an extra chain in because there's less going on. We might as well set the look off with more jewellery. And then again, we've gone for these faded, ripped up jeans. Again, just to get that kind of American low-key vibe. It's a bit James Dean. It's really all about James looking good looking and showing his serious physique. So that is our 4th look. The morning after. Okay guys, so there we have it. That's our 4 looks, which we are now going to go on and shoot for James's portfolio. They were the Kensington Entrepreneur, the Miami Lunch Date, the I Look This Good to Go to Starbucks, and of course, the morning after. So they've all been meticulously styled to say the right things. Remember, clothes that make the man. You are what you wear, guys. So this is probably the most important part of the whole of your online portfolio, is nailing that styling. So anyway, if anybody would like to ask any more questions or book a consultation, be sure to hit up the website, olliepearce.com. There's a link in the description box there. And we can talk about any of the services or your own personalised photo shoot, of course. And stay tuned, we have part 2 coming when we're going to take James to several locations and we're going to shoot these excellent looks that we've planned today. So that's going to be out very soon. Stay tuned, keep watching. And as always, be sure to subscribe, like, and give us a comment. We need and appreciate the support, guys. Peace.